Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Hello, hello. Hope everyone is having a wonderful October 1st, or October 2nd, whatever time zone you're in. Hopefully you're having a good time. Today we're going to be playing Mothman 1966. Not so much playing, I guess, but it's a visual novel. So there's going to be a lot of reading in this. I don't know if I want to have myself so loud. But I suppose I should try and maybe monitor my voice so I don't get too loud. Nah. That'll just bring some double voice into it. Anyway. I played the demo for this like months back. When this finally came out, I immediately bought it, but I wanted to save it for October. So, since it's that time of the year, let's see if I can do anything about this. Wait a minute. So it's the log. This is the settings menu. Master volume, music. Wow. Don't want it to be too loud, you know. Three red and 5 black in the discard pile. Of the 6 cards face up on the counter, 2 are red and 4 are black. So, 5 red in all, and 9 black. You have no more moves, so you have to bet now. A large majority of the face-up cards are black, and you know that betting against a streak is usually dangerous. Even though you've already chosen, you decide to stay away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. You think of your grandma, Elsie, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Elsie's been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. The winter Elsie taught you to play solitaire, your parents and sisters had been dead for almost a year, and you'd already begun to forget their faces. Although you cook for her, do her laundry, bathe, and even dress her, it still feels like she's the one taking care of you. Close your eyes and almost feel Elsie stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Suddenly the bell rings and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. No sense sticking around in the dreamland for now. Those fucking kids. The first brat is followed by 2 more. They step on the hose and activate the bell for a second and a third time. You don't know what comes over you, but you yell some things at them that you're too ashamed of to remember. You justify yourself thinking that they might be the ones who got into your garage that night and stole some parts of the replica machine gun you're building. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The Wind and Steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. The kids yell at you, "Old freak," and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down, you know that it can't be them. How would they know which parts of the machine gun were worth stealing? Anyway, that guard dog's being brought over in a few days and you'll be able to stop worrying. Excuse me. You think about what someone told you at the bar, about replacing the hose with a thicker one so that it can only be activated by the weight of a car. And what happens if the kids jump with their bikes and land on top of the hose with one of the wheels, you asked? Kids are always going to find some way to bust your balls, they replied. You try to calm down. You look at the shelves and think of the solitaire your grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing around it without ever reaching it. To win this solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know what the chances of winning are? You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low. Almost zero. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence and provides you some illusion of control. Middle shelf, sure. Give me a bit. I wanna pick up a can. Yeah, why not? Oh, I see. You know what? We'll take the bottle, place it with the can. Or place the bottle with the can on the bottom shelf. And put that in the middle. Oh, no wait. Ah, the empty slot. Okay. Let's grab something from the bottom. The box. Move it up to the upper shelf and replace it with the bottle. Yes. There we go. You know, I didn't even mean to make that, like, actually organized. Okay. Check the shelves. Good. Illusion of control achievement. Sort the shelves. One type of product on each shelf. No. Does it still play? If I... Oh, it does, okay. You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before, and you can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be black? You need it to be black. Suddenly the air seems heavy and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. Through the window you see a black Cadillac by the pump. Yes? You wish you'd asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open, or how they left the car there without the bell ringing. But that trembling yes was the only thing you could manage to utter. The moose. The moose. After a few seconds of not receiving any response, you decide to break the silence. Give them directions. Sure. Continue straight until the first crossroads and turn right. After a while, you'll see the bar past the barn with the painted cross. You can't miss it. None of the men in black open their mouths. Every second that passes, the smile in your face feels more and more ridiculous. The moose. You bought a woman a whiskey. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. Do you know of a more effective way to socialize? You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night. And even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions makes you uneasy. What? What do you want to know? Granny, in the forest. One of the men farther back lets out a cracking noise. You look at him believing he's laughing, but the man in the back's expression doesn't change. Hold on. Alright, I'm just trying to clear my throat. Ask them what they want to know. No one answers. It's like they're waiting for another response. Tell them about the dream, I guess. Well, my grandma has been bedridden for over 60 years, but in the dreams, I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't omit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you or because of a certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything about the dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night, certain that something had to happen to your grandma. You ran up to her room, and Elsie wasn't in bed. The window was wide open. You ran into it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her. And she was holding a rifle of the kind your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. You tried to call out to her, and your grandma started running a shot or 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest. You were about to go running to find her when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in front of the window and screamed. You stumbled backwards, and after hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. You went up the stairs 2 at a time and opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully. On the bedside table was the glass of milk you bring her every night, and the deck of cards she used to play solitaire. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself that it had all been a dream, even though you couldn't explain where the little stitches at the base of your skull head came from. After a few seconds, one of the men in black speaks again. The spots on her leg predate her birth, Holt. What? What is he talking about? Is he referring to the dozens of moles on your grandma's legs? And what do they mean by saying those spots predate her birth? Elsie always makes the same joke when you sponge her calves. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs and not my grandfather's. According to what she told you, Her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War, when his legs were ripped to shreds. The Winnin steam gun, son. A machine gun that doesn't appear in any book. You think about the replica you are putting together in the workshop, and you wonder if it was the men in the black who had stolen those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when one of the men in black picks up a card from the counter. The top card of the deck. The crunch horrifies you. The teeth of the man in black seems to tear more than simply paper. Desperate, you throw yourself under the counter and look for the card. Your heart is pounding. You look out the window and you don't see the Cadillac. You walk to where the car was parked a few moments ago, and you step on the hose. The bell rings. What the fuck? Jack of diamonds. Motherfucker. It's red. You think about the edge one of the men in black tore off. Do you remember the noise he made when he chewed it? Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened, or just keep your mouth shut and keep playing solitaire with a marked card. Now we're playing as Lee. What's wrong? I told you. It's nothing. That damn pause again. There's something she's not saying. It's nothing. The Mustang purrs. You shake your head, feeling sad inside. The sound of an engine hides no secrets. Lee, you're right. You bite your lip and sigh. Why is everything so damn hard? Victoria settles into her seat. Let's start over, okay? Where are we going? It's a surprise. Please? No, Vic. Have some patience. You'll never forget this night. Victoria giggles, and you think this is the best gift in the world. For a moment, you forget all the previous discussions and your obsessions. A giggle. A friendly gesture. Making someone feel good ain't rocket science. You look at the clock and can't believe your eyes. You left your house on time, but you're pretty late. How could? You step on the gas. Lee? Lee? You scratch the side of your head. Wow. You really hate being told how to drive. Lee? Why doesn't she just tell you to slow down? You take your foot off the gas. Thanks. You're trying your best. You really think Victoria could be the one? The one. Your dad once said the perfect woman doesn't exist. Couples form when people get tired of looking and just give up. You remember your mother's rants, all those women's names she rattled off, as if they were part of an endless grocery list. You won't end up like him. Anything but that. You try to smile and force yourself to be more cheerful. You want a clue? Yes! Victoria looks into your eyes, and you feel a warmth on your face that takes you by surprise. You felt the same thing the first time you saw her in college. You keep looking at her for a few seconds that seem like forever. What? Do I have a booger? Where? You can't help laughing out loud and have a hard time containing the urge to kiss her. Alright. Give her a clue about the origin. It comes from far away. Victoria makes a gesture for you to complete the sentence. You just shrug. It comes from far away? I mean, that could be anything. Guess then. The circus? Cold. Give her a clue about the myth. One would be a source of superstition, but we're talking thousands. A source of superstition. A black cat? Victoria looks at you expectantly, desperate to be right. Freezing cold. Give her a clue about the date. It happened 100 years ago. Victoria answers almost immediately. After all, you're both majoring in history. The end of the Civil War. No, not in 1865. I mean exactly 100 years ago, Vic. Oh, let me think then. You're running out of time. There was a cholera outbreak in 1866, right? No. And how twisted do you think I am to set up a date themed around a cholera outbreak from a century ago? Victoria laughs and hits you on the shoulder. You chuckle and act like it hurt. No, Vic. Just give me a minute. You won't guess it unless... You reach out to open the glove box, and Victoria grabs your wrist. Better leave it to me. Victoria opens the glove box and examines its contents. A folder? A box? A flashlight? What are you looking for exactly? Throw her a look in the box. Victoria takes out the box and opens it. Let's see what you've been hiding. You think about saying something, but you instantly regret it and keep your mouth shut. Spare change, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes. Nothing to worry about, I reckon. Keep looking. Please. Tell her to look at the folder. Victoria opens the folder and examines the documents. Some papers, insurance details. Do you want me to read some of this? You shake your head. Tell her to look under the flashlight. A book. 1966 Shelby Mustang. The car handbook? No, not that. What else? Tell her to see if there's something more. Already got everything out. Whoa, 1 second. There's this too. Victoria stretches out her hand, and you finally grab the map you wanted. It was folded against the bottom of the glove box. You start talking, and Victoria interrupts you. Hold that thought while I put everything back. You put the map on the dashboard, while Victoria puts away the folder, the box, and the flashlight. Vic, you know I like a tiny bear. Ha, very funny. Vic flicks through the books she found. I wonder if the audio's fine for this. Let me just check real quick. I just want to make sure that it's fine. Let's see, just gotta give it a bit to load, because this takes a while. I don't know why. Almost there. Stream manager. Okay. And now I should be able to check once it finally stops buffering. There we go. Okay, sounds like it's working. Should be fine. Alright. Everything's fine and dandy. Let's get back to it. Vic flicks through the book she found. Red Badge of Courage. Haven't you read this book 1,000 times already? You know she's testing you. Vic knows exactly why you carry it everywhere. The novel that portrays the era you're obsessed with like no other. What the hell is this? Suddenly you remember you're using the pencil sketch that Victoria drew of you in one of your classes as a bookmark. A sketch she begged you with tears in her eyes to destroy, and you swore you already had. Oh, Vic, I'm sorry. I swear. Watch out! You swerve to avoid a shape in the road, and Victoria looks back. Lee? We almost ran that thing over. You put your hand on Vic's shoulder, trying to reassure her. Victoria points ahead. Just keep your eyes on the road, please. She's doing it again. Telling you how to drive. Well, at least this time she came right out with it, instead of saying Lee disapprovingly. You try to control yourself, but it's hard. It's not just this last thing, but the buildup of all the small gestures. You take the map and throw it on her lap. Victoria raises her arms in disbelief. The Leonids, Victoria. We're going to have dinner watching the Leonids. Victoria says nothing. Forgive me for trying to arrange the perfect date. You try to keep silent, but you can't hold it in. A meteor shower. A phenomenon associated with the passage of the Temple Tuttle comet every 33 years. Victoria keeps staring ahead. In 1866, there was one of the most spectacular meteor showers ever recorded. I saw some lithographs in the library. Victoria doesn't even move. Everyone makes a wish on a shooting star. Imagine how many wishes you can make with thousands of stars shooting through the sky. Victoria settles in her seat. You know what, Lee? Shut up. Shh. You've never heard that tone from her before. Just keep quiet until we reach... She pauses as she examines the map you threw on her lap. Helt? Holt Station? You feel your heart pounding. Your hands are shaking. That's what she wants? For you to keep quiet? For you not to say a goddamn word? Your hands grip the wheel tight. All the preparations you made for tonight. Your friend Freddie had worked out the ideal place to see them in all their splendor, away from the city lights. And when you noticed Holt Station was inside the area, you didn't hesitate. But now they could ruin it. What the fuck? Something hits the Mustang's antenna. What the hell is that? Stop, Lee. Stop. Sure. You slam on the brakes. Instinctively, you put a hand in front of Victoria to keep her from hitting the windshield. You straight up slammed the... Jesus, dude. You get out of the car and find a dead bat in front of the headlights. The animal had hit the antenna and somehow got entangled. You can't believe it. What are the odds of something like this happening? Don't bats have some advanced echolocation system like a submarine sonar? What starts as a simple grunt in your throat emerges as a helpless scream. Ah, fuck. This is what I get for trying to do something different. We should have gone to the movies. Lee. Vic's whispering. It doesn't take long to see why. Over there. The coyote is watching you from where the dark of the forest meets the light of the moon. Vic, we got this. It's not interested in us. You point to the dead bat. They're scavengers. You hear a growl that quickly multiplies. Suddenly you're surrounded. It's not the first time you've faced coyotes in the woods, but you aren't taking any chances. When I say to run, to the car, you run as fast as you can. Try to recall all the advice you'd heard for situations like these. Make lots of noise. Wave your arms around. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Run to the car. Now! Oh, you didn't gesture. Alright, you didn't tell her to freaking gesture. Courage prey to scream as the rest of the coyotes during the retry. Yell and gesture. Yeah. Oh, and he gives me... He gives me more options. the coyotes on this side of the car. Yell at the coyotes. Oh. Oh man. Don't yell right now? I tried yelling at the one that, like, approached us, right? Didn't I? Oh. Oh, I see where we're facing now. Back away. The coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. Yell. Uh-oh. Shit. 3 coyotes advanced at once. Yelling or waving your arms won't be enough this time. Back in the hood. The trick seems to work and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advanced this time. It's your chance to go on the offensive. Run to the car. Now! Oh. Throw a stone. We have stones? Blue. Blue. Throw a stone. You crouch down and find 4 stones. You pick them up. Throw the one... I don't know which one to throw it at. To the right? The coyote retreats into the dark of the forest. Throw a stone. On the other side of the car. Behind you. One less coyote to worry about. The other side. To the right. Throw a stone. This side of the car. The center. The stone flies right to the right of the middle of Coyote, making the one closest to it also retreat. Run to the car. Now. Yeah. They hunt in packs, survive the coyote attack achievement. You get in the car, close the doors, and Victoria starts laughing. Although you know the reaction is more adrenaline than anything else, you start laughing too and then kiss her. You start up the car, and the V8 engine roars into life. You resume the trip. After a few wordless minutes, you suddenly remember something. Hold, Vic. We're going to Holt's gas station. Victoria starts whistling. The doubts, the fears. Everything seems a bit ridiculous now. You think about the plans you made for tonight and smile. You really like to hear her whistle. Lee turns off the car and looks you in the eye. He smiles, and And that smile seriously pisses you off. What? Tell Lee. Before you can open your mouth, Lee taps you on the leg. Wait here, Vic. I swear you won't believe it. You bite your lip and take a deep breath. You see him greet someone. Holt? Lee had written Holt Station on the map he'd thrown onto your lap 20 minutes ago. He'd written it by hand, and it might as well have said Hort Station or Holt Station. Hell Station, even. Lee's handwriting has always been intriguing to you. You remember that time you mentioned it to him, and he responded with a disproportionate anger. A nonsensical rant, which involved several philosophers of language. And all because you've told him his handwriting was dreadful. But you now know where those reactions come from. That night you two got drunk by the lake. Lee told you that his father would have wanted to be born ugly. After the initial surprise, you couldn't stifle a belly laugh, and Lee looked down. For a few minutes, he didn't want to tell you anything else. You finally convinced him to continue. I always got what I wanted just by smiling. Ugly people have to develop other muscles. Unfortunately, those other muscles are the ones that last. You couldn't believe those words had come out of the mouth of a flesh and blood human being. Maybe some poorly written character from a cheap romantic novel. But Lee's father? You pictured Lee that night, throwing pebbles from the store while telling you everything about his father's teachings. All that frustration. Was that the night you got pregnant? You'd both been drinking. Suddenly you find it difficult to breathe. The interior of the car feels like it's getting smaller and smaller. You need some air. Me. You close the door slowly and you know what Lee is like with his new car, and breathe in the cool night air. Victoria? Vic, this is Holt. Holt. Victoria. Hello. You respond to the greeting, but they don't seem to care that much. Be right back, Vic. You see them walk away with a box they took out of the trunk. And from the effort Holt's putting in, it seems heavy. What's inside the box? You're not stupid. You know that Lee has some business on the side beyond his work as an intern at the university. You heard some rumors, and you have your suspicions. However, you never did too much digging. You prefer to keep it a mystery, something to make Lee a little more interesting. You light a cigarette. Would Lee be a good father? And the question that you still haven't had the courage to ask. Would you be a good mother? The clicks repeat at irregular intervals. Small moths approach the light to get electrocuted. Is that love, Victoria? You laugh and shake your head from side to side. You think of all the manuscripts you've torn up. You've tried poetry, drawing, and history seemed like an obvious choice. You don't need any talent to be an historian. What the hell? Hello? The man talks to himself while holding something in his hand. Have you seen any winged creature fly over the area yet? For a moment you think he's asking some kind of tricky question, and you remain silent. However, something about him tells you that he's genuinely asking. You look at the man bathed in the shine of the streetlight, and the scene fascinates you. Surreal, some of your old friends would have said. The ones that organized poetry nights and read Le Tremont. Excuse me, you are? Oh, yes, sorry, Hill. Lou Hill. Writer. Victoria Greenberry. History student. Winged creatures, Mr. Hill? Lou, please. Can I call you Victoria? You nod. I'm looking into about a dozen reports, Victoria. Numerous witnesses claim to have seen human-sized winged creatures flying over the area. Angels? Lou smiles, but the smile doesn't last long on his face. Look there at the top of the trees. It won't take you long to find one. You aim at the area Lou just told you. Everything's blurry, so you decide to adjust the binoculars. Let's move a bit more left. Ooh. If you can't focus, try adjusting the diopter first. It's adjusted to compensate for some issues with my left eye. Oh, but you're young. Try to adjust it to see the same with both eyes. Then focus. Ah. You move the diopter to the right and notice the change in your left eye. Whoa. Yeah, that looks it. Focusing wheel. What the? It was just a second, but you think you saw something up there. Was it suggestion? I don't think they're angels, Victoria. But before I tell you my theory, I need your help. Could you draw in this notebook what you just saw? At any other time, you'd have refused with some witty comment, but there's something about Lou Hill that invites you to play along. You wonder if the fact that he presented himself as a writer had something to do with it. Little owl head. Draw the body. Human chest with... Oh. Now this is more closer to it. Draw the legs. Bird-like legs. Yeah. Before giving it back, you write some notes further describing what you saw. Lou hadn't asked for them, but somehow they make you feel less anxious. You never felt confident about your work. Lou looks at the notebook for a few seconds that feel too long. You think about that time you showed your sketches to your art teacher, and how he embarrassed you in front of the rest of the class. Motherfucker. What? Oh, sorry. I was talking to myself. You can't help but blush. Victoria. For once, you're glad to hear Lee's voice. Sheesh, dude. All good? Although he seems to be talking to you, Lee keeps staring at Lou. Lou Hill, writer. Lou holds out his hand. Lee Miller, historian. Lee walks over and puts his arm around you, his back to Lou. You know he must have been annoyed that Lou introduced himself as a writer. Although, it's hard for you to admit it, you like to be hugged. You feel safe. You think you would also feel safe in your grandmother's arms, or in the arms of any of the other strong women in your family, but the heat of Lee's body, the hardiness of his muscles. You remember all those biologist arguments you hate so much, and you can't help but smile. It's like you're cheating when nobody's looking. Ew. Ugh. Come on, Vic. Let's see the surprise. Close your eyes. Ugh. You close your eyes and let Lee guide you. Now open them. Ta-da! So, what do you think? A romantic dinner for two under the same meteor shower that amazed our ancestors? You instinctively put your hand to your belly, and when you realize it, you quickly put it in your pocket. You look at the dog tied to the post. The dog growls into the dark. You've known Lou Hill for a few months now. The first time you talked to him was at the Moose. Lou was looking for information about some unusual lights in the sky. Nobody would talk to him. Before going to the restroom, you went over to his table and suggested he buys people a drink first. When you got back, Lou was already talking to Rick and Stella, their tongues sufficiently loosened. Lou raised his glass in your direction and smiled. Although it wasn't you who gave him the nickname, you still feel a little guilty. Since that night, most locals referred to him as Lou Refill Hill. What do you recall about the encounter with these men in black? You smile. What does he mean? It had only been 2 weeks. You think about how to answer. You know Lou. He loves asking questions. So, you're going to tell him one thing and one thing only. No follow-up questions. Tell him about your grandma's legs. The men in black seemed interested in my grandma's legs. Lou raised his eyebrows. One of them told me that the spots on Elsie's legs predated her birth, and now that I think about it, I think he knew my name too. It's not difficult considering the big sign outside, right? Maybe. You changed the subject. You know if you give him a chance, he'll keep asking questions all night. Red or black? What? The card. Red. You tone over the card. It's red. Good. It's the solitaire my grandma taught me. No one could ever win it. Lou suddenly seemed interested. And how do you play it? Rules are simple. But winning? There's a reason why it's called the impossible solitaire. Let me show you. The objective is to move every card from the board to the discard pile. You can move any card whose rank is one higher or one lower than the topmost card in the discard pile. So let's say there's a 5 in the discard pile. You can either place a 4 or a 6 on top of it. And remember that if there's a K in the discard pile, you can place an A. A comes after K. So, 28 cards to move. Seems pretty easy enough, right? Let's see. A card can be moved on to the discard pile only if it ranks one higher or one lower than its topmost card. When you're stuck, you can turn over a card from the stock to the discard pile. But to turn it over, you need to make a bet first. Black or red? Which one's going to be? Lose the bet, and you lose the game. The son of a bitch is almost unwinnable. Red. Oh. Discard pile. I see. Okay. 10. Oh. Okay. Turn over a card from stock, I guess. Black. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? Let's try it again. See what happens. Oh, hold on. Okay. Do I want? Probably. No. Select a card. I don't know. Back. Turn over. Red. Nice. But can that... No. I want to select a card. Yeah. I want to see if I can win it. Select a card. I don't know. I wonder if this is winnable. 6. Let's see. Discard. Select. Discard. Select. Discard. Select. Discard. Select. Discard. Okay. Okay, come on, red. Damn it. Damn, that's tough. Nice, nice, nice. Oh my gosh, nice. Okay. That's not good though. No. Oh, cool. This is gonna suck. Shit. Damn. Three. Move. Select. Move. Select. 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 Oh, okay. Shit. Fuck. Huh. 7. Select. 6. Select. It's not gonna work. Shit. Okay, select. 10. Shit. Damn it. That choice right there alone, man. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I can see why, see why it's kind of difficult to do. Select. 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 Oh, crap. Come on, red. Alright, cool. Damn. Okay, select. Discard, select. Discard, select. Nice, nice. It's not gonna... Damn. Come on, red. Damn it! That wouldn't be what I needed anyway. Crap. I didn't expect to get caught up in something like this. Ah, shit. I fucked up. Okay. That's not what I needed. That's not what I needed. Man. Shit. Eight. 7. 6. 7. 8. Try again. Come on, red. Okay. That's not what I needed. Fuck. I really gotta try and... Three, 4. That's not gonna work. Come on. Damn it. Seven. 5. Number card. Oh, I thought I picked black. Damn it. Okay. Alright. Last try. Last try. I need a joker. Fuck. Shit. Yep. Alright. You hear barking from the back of the station. Trent. When they brought him, they told me his name was Chase. Fuck it. It's Trent for me. You know Trent, right? From the Moose. Tall, prominent belly and a scar parallel to the growth of his beard? You laugh heartily. Lou Hill might be a pain in the ass, but no one could deny that he was good with descriptions. You think about the book he's given to you. He signed it and everything. Where did you leave it? I call him Trent because he barks like Trent on Open Mic Tuesdays. Come on. Let's go to the garage. And see the machine gun. Oh, I didn't let it dissolve. Man. So is this his idea of a special date? Looking at shooting stars while holding your hand? Telling you his plans for the end of the semester? You can't stop thinking about the raw strength of the hug from a minute ago. Or how he scared the coyotes away by yelling and throwing stones at them. You think about your friend May. All those dark fantasies she told you about. But holding hands like this, smiling and talking and looking into each other's eyes, feels like giving up, doesn't it? Wow. 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 Okay. You know you're to blame too. Aren't you playing the perfect girlfriend role? Don't you make eyes at him? Don't you say love whenever you call him? So is this it, Victoria? Is this what you want for the rest of your life? Why don't you make up your mind just for once? You think of May again, of those women she'd claimed to know who can solve your situation using a coat hanger. You wouldn't be the first or the last. The dog barks like a maniac and you appreciate the distraction. A mixture of guilt, anguish, and apathy takes over you. And now what? Why is he looking at you like that? Why doesn't he say anything? Has he asked you a question? Ask him to repeat the question. I said if you're excited about the doors. No. What? The doors, Victoria. How can you not be excited? You just smile. Sometimes smiling works. Freddie told me they're about to release their first album, and it seems they'll be playing in New York. Are we going to see them live again then? Even though you try, you gradually stop listening to him. Hesitancy returns, and all those questions. And the fucking dog won't stop barking. What had been a distraction is now driving you crazy. What the hell is wrong with him? Shooting fucking stars. Why don't you make a wish for it, Victoria? How about going home, covering your head with a pillow, and sleeping for 18 years straight? You feel like crying and try to calm down. Those eyes. That creature you thought you saw in the treetops with loose binoculars. Had it been real? Not just your imagination? Vic, you know what? I'm tired of it already. Exhausted. Been trying and trying for more than 10 minutes. Can you tell me what's wrong with you? You stay silent. You need to think. But Lee's right. It's not fair to either of you. With so much noise, it's impossible for you to concentrate. You know they're all excuses, though. Winged monsters don't exist. It's just your brain desperately trying not to focus on what's important. The sudden scream chills your blood, and silence takes over everything. Oh shit. The fuck? Something just pushed a bag in the trash down further. Have you met Lee? Tall guy with the blonde girl. He made xerographic copies of some docs I've used to assemble this beauty. I've used. Where did he get the docs from? You bite your lower lip. Do all writers ask so many questions? Lee works at the university, in the history department. Lou adjusts his glasses. You don't know why, but that gesture irritates you. The Winans doesn't work like a normal machine gun. Normal machine guns use gunpowder to fire projectiles. Do you know what the Winans uses? Centrifugal force. Interesting. Lou repeats the gesture with the glasses. Today, Lee brought me some ketchum grenades. Do you know about ketchum grenades? Lou shakes his head and readjusts his glasses for the third time in less than 5 minutes. You take a deep breath. Tell him about the ketchum grenades. Although you can't stand Lou Refill Hill's tick, you enjoy talking about your collection of Civil War weapons. Ketchums are similar to footballs in shape. They have to land their nose to explode. On their nose. They were highly inefficient. In Port Hudson, for example, the Confederates used sheets to catch them without exploding, and then threw them back at Union soldiers. Lou is about to say something when you hear a scream that makes your blood run cold. You grab the shotgun without thinking twice. It's coming from the back. Come on. You don't have a good feeling about it. Something's not right. Trent. No! Although it feels like a dream, somehow you know. The creature is real. Your dog's suffering is real. And there'll be no waking up from this. I don't know if shooting the creature's going to do anything. Run to Trent. You hear the muffled moans of your dog, and the fury blinds you. You grab the shotgun. You drop the shotgun and grab onto the chains. Son of a bitch is going to strangle Trent! Ask the rest to help you. Come on! Hurry! But before they arrive, you feel the pool. And the floor disappears under your feet. Whoa. Release the chain. Halt! Oh, you know you should hit the floor soon. Wait, how far did you go up? Don't move. Listen to Vic, Holt. Her sister's a nurse. No bones seem to be broken. My dog. Victoria and Lee help you to your feet. Lou doesn't take his eyes off the winged creature for a single second. He let go. He just let go. What? 1 second. I know where your dog is, Holt. Wait a minute. Got something in the car. Let's go. A gift from Freddy. Cool, right? You try to get up, but you feel dizzy and stumble. Victor gives Lee a disapproving look and helps you keep your balance. Follow me. Thanks. You would have liked to smile at her. After all, Victoria just wants to help. But I can do it myself. You get your rifle and walk with the rest of the blackness of the forest. Into. We should go in. That direction. No. I think we should go that way. Lee? Now what? The place where Trent fell. I've calculated by projecting the point where the creature dropped it on this map. You've calculated? You've calculated, you say? Weren't you a writer? Lou, don't mind him. Do what you want. Constantly checking the map, Lou leads the group on. We should be close. There. Your heart is pounding. Please. Compress his chest. Use both hands. Just like that. How curious. Did you know that The cardiopulmonary resuscitation procedure was discovered by Dr. Knickerbocker while he was trying to save a dog. As he speaks, Lou carefully examines the tops of the trees. It was at Johns Hopkins University. Victoria rests her hands on yours and moves her head from side to side. You stop pressing, and a few tears roll down your cheek. The interesting thing is what happened to the dog afterwards. Shut it, Lou. Lou adjusts his glasses. You look at Victoria. You are too afraid your voice would break to say thank you. Why did you run when it had Trent by the neck? Why didn't you try to blow its brains out? Deep down you know that's just the guilt talking. And that maybe there was nothing you could have done differently to save him. Lee. Have you seen Lee? You stand up and look around. He's gone. I figured maybe I'll, if I did try to shoot, maybe the Mothman would have went out too fast and I would have shot him anyway. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better. You walk faster to keep your thoughts at bay. What the hell is wrong with her? Why does she even listen to him? Brighter, says the fucker. What a loser. Bro, you're with some whore that doesn't love you. And you're sticking around for what? And you call that dude a loser? Come on, man. You walk through the woods confident that you will be the one to find Holt's dog. What then, Vic? What weird little face will you make? Uh-oh. Hello? You feel like someone's watching you. You're walking through a dense forest area where the darkness is almost total. You walk even faster than before. And finally, you reach a clearing and look at the sky. The meteor shower is gaining intensity. Your heart is in anguish, and you find it hard to breathe. Are you watching the Leonids, Victoria? Are you? You hold your head in your hands. The last time you cried like this was when you were 16. You'd come home early and found him hitting your mother. You tried to separate them, and your father took it out on your ribs. His blows were like a rain of sledgehammers, and his breath reeked of alcohol. He pushed you against the wall, and you ended up on the floor. Your mom was clutching her head when your dad took a deep breath and kicked you in the stomach. Won't hit you in the face because it's the only thing you got going for you. And one day you won't have it anymore. You carry your father's photo in your wallet not to remember how good he looked. Hell no. Whenever the pain was too much, you'd scratch his entire face until his features blended with the cuts in the paper. What the? You seem to hear something. Kind of rumor. You think of the noise hands make when they shake the dust off of a volume. A river? You try to think about the map you've got in the car. You can't remember seeing a river here. Further west, sure, but here? As you get closer, you hear it more clearly. You feel a kind of calm. Not peace, but numbness. Suddenly, the whitest light you've ever seen floods the ground. Even when there's no river nearby, the sound is deafening. What? You feel the light pulse with painful intensity, as if millions and millions of red ants were seeking their little jaws into your skin. Pain turns into light. You want to scream, but you have no mouth, nor larynx, or lungs. And the white that precedes everything consumes you. You don't know how long it takes. You feel the urgency of what's yet to be, and white makes you desperate. You feel the white light leaving your body, and you hear your own voice screaming at the top of your lungs. You drop to the floor and cover your head with both hands. You're filled with a sense of completeness that you cannot explain. We all need a little darkness. Should I continue? We still have a few hours left. Should I continue? Yeah. Let's keep going. Lee! Where's that idiot? Calm down, Victoria. Lee knows how to take care of himself. Holt's right. Lee's going to show up eventually. Did you know that he chased away a pack of coyotes with screams, some stones, and a blow on the hood to his car? Lou smiles. You wonder if it's authentic or a calculated gesture to show some empathy. Holt? What? What's your business with Lee? Holt looks at you for a few seconds before answering. You think of one of the computers at the campus, the IBM 7040. You know what it's called because you once wrote a poem with that title. Holt is like that computer. From the outside, it's impossible to tell what it's evaluating before you give an answer. I shouldn't tell you anything. Holt lowers his voice. But you shut Lou back up there. And I'm going to make an exception. Holt tells you about Lee's business, the sale of original Civil War pieces, the xerographic copies of historical documents. Don't worry. He knows what he's doing. You hear twigs snapping. Who's there? Grandma. The sight of Holt's grandmother holding an old rifle mesmerizes you. The whole thing looks like an image from some Wyeth painting. A wet dream for almost any of your classmates. An image that not only defies gender stereotypes, but also demolishes social constructs like that of Grandma in classic stories. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of cringe shit is that? The expression on Holt's grandmother's face changes. Her features soften. My legs! Grandma! Uh-oh. Holt picks up his grandma and helps her against the tree trunk. He looks at his dog's corpse and beckons you to come closer. I need to bury Trent before carrying on. You nod your head. How do you feel, ma'am? Confused. Here, Victoria. You didn't hear him approach. You grabbed the handkerchief without thinking twice. A strange feeling runs through your body. Shouldn't you have at least considered some other option? Clean up her legs. You rub the handkerchief against her calves and gradually remove the mud stains. Scrub harder. I was probably your age when I stopped feeling my legs. Holt's grandmother sighs and closes her eyes. Have you ever seen so many moles together? Lou speaks almost in whispers. You wonder why. Lee, let's go. Lou picks up the old rifle and examines it briefly. Holt looks at you with an expression you can't quite make out. Are you okay? No. You're not okay. But what are you going to tell him? That you're pregnant? That your boyfriend is missing? That winged creatures out of old pulp magazines are apparently more than just fiction? You walk for a while in silence. What was... Trying to think of something else, Victoria. A few moments ago, you all started hearing the screams. Suddenly, noticing sudden movements in the treetops. Uh-oh. We're almost there. Oh, shit. You find it hard to believe what you're seeing. Why are all these creatures flying over the gas station? Interesting. Holt punches Lou in the shoulder. What? Interesting? Did you find it interesting what they did to Trent? We're not in one of your cheap books, Lou. A sudden silence befalls the group. Listen. No. You just cover me. You close your fist tightly, trying to exercise the impotence you feel. Was it that hard for him to hear what you had to say? You shake your head from side to side. What's even the plan, running with his grandma in his arms? Why does he have to be the hero? Halt! The shriek chills your blood. Fuck. Lou looks at you as if waiting for something. How many bullets in your rifle? 3. Hope it's enough. Holt and Elsie are halfway to the gas station. 2 winged creatures on the street lamps. The light, Victoria. These creatures seek the light. Take aim. Aim to the farthest lamp on the right. Shoot. 3, 2, 1. You have 2 bullets left. Tell her to take aim. Aim for the center lamp on the right. Shoot. 3, 2, 1. The winged creature flies to the farthest pole, and does so over Holt and Elsie's heads. Desperate, you run to help. The winged creatures rush at you, and the pain blurs your vision. You lose consciousness. Shit. Ah, I see. Aim for the center lamp on the right. Shoot. Let's try it again. 2, 1. Hold it left. Will he just go away? Shoot. 3, 2, 1. Come on. The winged creature flies to the farthest pole. 2 creatures fight. They take flight and get lost into the night. Run to Elsie and Holt. All clear. Help me with Holt and Elsie, and let's inside fast. Let's get inside fast. Is someone going to make a wish? You laugh under your breath. You look at Holt, and he looks away. You wonder if he's pissed because you saved him. You still can't believe everything that happened tonight. You know that as soon as you stop to think, you touch your belly and fight back the tears. Lou looks at his watch. The Leonids are reaching their point of highest intensity. The screeching is deafening. Freaking creatures. I think I saw one in a dream. Lou is about to add something, but suddenly falls silent. You approach the window and rest your hand on the glass. You can't stop looking at their dance. Before meeting Lee, you'd had some experiences in college. Experiences by which you sought to open the doors of your perception. Lee doesn't know, and you don't know how he would react if you found out. But the strange dance of these creatures in the sky beats anything you experienced while tripping. They called him the Jivaro of the Hills. What he did lacked a ritual component. It had nothing to do with the taxidermy business, even less with mummification. His shrunken animal heads were art, sold as collector's pieces. One afternoon, Liam, his only nephew, stole a bear head. The bed had been emptied of viscera and was floating in a solution his uncle used in the early stages of the miniaturization process. Liam lifted the head out of the bucket, wiped it dry, and put it on, like a helmet. He stripped Matt naked, left the house, and ran into the village. Liam entered the church in the middle of Mass, screaming at the top of his lungs. Waving his arms up and down as if he were Liam entered the church in the middle of Mass, screaming at the top of his lungs, waving his arms up and down as if he were clawing. One of the congregation members pulled out a gun and shot him. You remember the sheer terror you felt when you saw the bear man running towards the altar. This is far worse. Ugh. Huh? Worse? Worse than what? Tell them about Liam. You tell them the story of Liam and his uncle, the Jivaro of the hills. Jivaro? I don't know how to say that. Somehow you feel safe telling them stories from the past. As for what's on the other side of the window, this fear can't be any more present. Got some clippings from the case. Liam's story was an unfortunate event. It explains what happened to him, but it also provided an all too easy explanation for other sightings in the area. The dog man, the owl woman. Many people told me stories about similar creatures in the moose. Lou adjusts his glasses. Lou Refill Hill. You think I don't know what they called me in town? It may be true that some people make up stuff to get a beer, but imaginations have limits. And in the long run, we tend to rely on real experiences when telling a story. Mothmen. They're somehow related to the Leonids and the gathering of all these creatures. Maybe he's right, and all the creatures outside started to appear after the aerial dance of these Mothmen. Ask why Mothman. Mothmen? Why the name? Well, moths are attracted to the light. You look at the sky illuminated by dozens and dozens of shooting stars, and you nod. You like the name. Not because of Lou's explanation, but because you know it's easy to squish a moth. This isn't the first time that Mothmen have appeared during the Leonids. Check on Grandma. Grandma, you any better? What are those shrieks, love? It's painful for you to see how confused she is. 1 second. You turn on the radio. Static. which way you turn the dial, all you hear is static. You'd never sung at the Moose. Not even on those nights when everyone egged you on and the booze in your system had drowned your inhibitions. Almost without realizing it, you start singing the lullaby Elsie used to sing to make you sleep. Although more than 40 years have passed, the words came to your mind one after another. You close your eyes and caress her hair, singing all the time. As soon as you feel the rhythmic breathing of your grandmother, you get up. What was that? What the fuck? Lee? Victoria tries to hug Lee while he babbles something you don't understand. At no time does he look up. Where the hell have you been? Victoria. I thought... But he's here. Give him some space. Thank you. Lee takes a few seconds to start speaking. I think I got lost in the forest. Babe, take it easy. Victoria grabs his arm, and Lee tries to smile. I thought I heard the sound of a river. And I felt someone looking for me, or looking at me. After walking for a while, the noise was deafening, but there was no river. And Lee starts to cry. Victoria tries to calm him down. As soon as he regains his composure, Lee keeps talking. And then came the white. I don't know how to explain it. It was as if I could see everything and nothing at the same time. And a goat looked up to the sky to watch the shooting stars. It stood on 2 legs, like this, you know, just like us. What the hell is going on? I think the time has come. Let me tell you a few things. Luke clears his throat and begins to speak. Although you can't stand his tics or his false dramatics, you want to know what's going on. The Leonids occur every 33 years. Some are intense, like those of 1833, or the ones in 1866. Others are weak, 1899 for example. And those are the ones we have records of. You notice that Victoria grabs Lee's hand. Lou walks over to the window and points to the sky. This year they're intense again. 1866, 1966. Why 100 years difference and not 99? That 1 year discrepancy bothers me too. And I think it has something to do with the problems of our calendar and the periodic adjustments that we are forced to make. Tell me, have you ever seen a medieval manuscript? No one answers. Just as you're about to open your mouth, Lou continues. They're usually adorned with warrior rabbits standing on 2 legs. Do you think these rabbits came from the imagination of medieval scribes alone? Those rabbits existed, and they were annihilated by a man. Each meteor shower spawned new bipeds, And it was in one of those storms that mankind arose. What makes us different from all of them is that we survived by destroying any other biped that came along, or by reducing them to the realm of gossip or fiction. Outside, the creatures begin to fight. Why? What motivates them? And what about Lou? Should you believe everything he says? After all, Lou is a writer. Your grandma's cough sounds like the noise of a tractor's engine refusing to start. Grandma? Of course. You have to kill them all. Ooh. Ooh. The voice with which she speaks seems to come from much further back than her throat. We had a secret weapon, and we would use it to finish off the upright beasts. But they decided to test it in the war. Elsie? What are you talking about? I wanted to make the winnings from the battlefield, and they... Your grandma caresses her legs. I just wanted to finish the mission. Hey, hola. Me has atrapado en medio suavemente. Hello, the idol. How do you do? And welcome to the stream. It is good to see you, my friend. Hello. Today we're playing Mothmen 1966. You gotta drive? Hey, yo, don't even worry, man. This stream, it's mostly just audio. I'm reading the whole time. It's a visual novel. So, anyway, hope you have a good drive. Love you too. Victoria and Lee look at each other. Lou walks up to you and tells you almost in a whisper. I bet the moles on your grandma's legs correspond exactly to her grandpa's wounds. Lou speaks softly, but his words resonate loudly in your head. The moles on your grandmother's legs. Her grandfather's legs riddled by bullets in the Civil War? Could it be that Elsie's grandfather was talking to you through her grandmother's body? The Winans? The Winans! A project that has obsessed you for a long time, and now you think you know why. You decide not to think too much about Elsie, her grandfather, the moles, the men in black. You're terrified that behind all your decisions, something more than your own free will was at work. Come on. The Winans. Quick, let's get her out. No, it's still not working. What do you mean it's not working? It has some kind of safety mechanism, and I still haven't been able to assemble it successfully. Here, see? The L's! No! We've been taking L's this whole time! No! You look at Lou with curiosity. On the blueprints, there. Those L's are the rubric of the secret society founded in the middle of the last century. Well, it's not so secret if you know about it, is it? Lou doesn't answer you. Why the L? 'Cause you guys have been taking L's the whole time. You haven't been winning. You've been taking L's. Sorry. Some say it's because of the way the knights move on a chessboard. Others say it's because of Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland. Exactly. Lou closes his eyes, holds a hand to the bridge of his nose, and clears his throat. Can this guy be any more affected? A stick I found that weighed 2 pounds. 2 pound? I sawed it up one day, in pieces 8 of equal weight. How much did each piece weigh? What? Hey, everybody says 1/4 pound, which is wrong. A riddle? At this moment? Victoria strokes her chin, and Lee nods his head slightly, as if he's counting something. Do you think it's time for a riddle, Lou? Lou raises his hands and moves aside. You take a deep breath. It shouldn't be hard to find the right configuration. Oh. Oh. Weird. Huh. Second row. Oh. That's not going to happen. Is that? Oh no, we're doing a stinky little puzzle now. That's not going to work. That is not going to work at all. Okay. I wasn't planning on doing a stinky puzzle, but I guess it's what we're doing right now. Wait a minute. Is that it? Would be cooler if there was an easier way to do this, but I don't know if that's really the right way to do this. Okay, second roll, second piece, I guess. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah. Last row. Alright, that should be it. Aha! The mechanism locks into place with a click. Although outside the creature's shouts are getting louder, you can't help but feel a certain happiness. The winning's finally complete. Yeah. Now everybody out! Elsie stands next to the Winans holding a rifle. Lee, Lou, and Victoria stand back a little. You crack your knuckles and take a deep breath. Oh my god, is Granny holding a gun? At the helm of the Winans' steam-powered machine gun, you feel something strange. You find it hard to put into words. It's as if somehow the present has given way to the past. Rabbit men. They are weak creatures. Cannon fodder in the war against the upright beasts. No. Okay. Alright, it's talking about. I didn't. Oh boy. What the heck? Do I just have a beam gun? Oh my god. Destroys everything in its path. Try not to get killed. Yeah. beware of the dogmen. There, behind the rabbit men. The dogmen are more resistant than the rabbit men, and if you hurt them without killing them, they get mad. That one's mad. Oh my god. Eat this bullet! Let's go, Granny. I'm here to cover you, but don't get too confident. I can kill one upright beast, and then I need to reload. Oh no. No, no. What are the little Sessasamoguses? Oh, those were the... Okay. Hey, where are you going? Wait a minute. Wait, Oh no. Come on, Granny. Die! Shit. Shit. I don't know. Okay, she should be able to take that one bunny then, right? It shouldn't be a problem. Die! Nope. Right. Okay. Although you can try to defend yourself, the jaws of a creature's clawing around your neck and you bleed to death. Scheiße. That's tough. I really don't want them to get any closer. So... Right. She needs to reload. Will she straight up just kill the beast with just one shot? Oh, she can! Okay. That makes things much easier. Yeah, oh my god, what the hell is that? The two men and the woman. Gone. Deserters. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna... Okay, I don't think I'll be able to survive this. Crap. Send Elsie to look for the rest, but I'm gonna die immediately. Take a deep breath and try to focus. And those creatures over there? Mothmen. If you manage to wound them without killing them, they go crazy and run like a stampede. You can take advantage of them to generate a chain effect. Really? What do you mean by that? Whoa. Die! Freaking Granny, dude. Send Elsie to look for the others. You shake your head from one side to the other. You know that Lou was the first to leave, and the helplessness eats you up inside. Go look for them. But, if we're going to fight here, we fight all together. Are they gonna have... Shit, they're not gonna survive that, is he? Wait, what about the shotgun? We should be able... Nah, man. I don't want to keep running away. I should be out there and win my Red Badge of Courage. The Red Badge of Courage is the title of that Civil War novel you read and reread over and over again. It tells the story of a Union soldier who flees the battlefield. From that first act of cowardice, the only thing the protagonist longs for is to receive a war wound, the definitive proof that he had become a man. Your Red Badge of Courage? You want a real badge of courage, Lee? I'm pregnant. Your head spins. You find it difficult to organize your thoughts. You are going to be a father? Well, not if you all die. You think of your own father, of all your suffering. I don't know if... I'm a coward, Vic. Lee, did you know that Stephen Crane wrote Red Badge of Courage without ever having set foot on a real battlefield? The first time you saw Lou, you wanted to twist his arm and bring him to his knees. Now, you smile and put an arm on his shoulder. Thanks, Lou. Come out and fight! None of you move. Out, I said! My Red Badge of Courage. Lee, don't... Oh, come on, you need to... Would you pull, push, what? Huh? Pull. You pull. Elsie rotates her shoulders and stumbles. The rifle points at the ceiling. You pull again. Elsie pushes with a force that takes you by surprise, and the rifle points at your chest. You hear a shot, and you fall backwards. You die on the spot. What are you doing, like, struggling with the old granny with the gun? Come on, man. Elsie loses her balance, and the rifle points at her body. Oh, you pull. Elsie loosens her grip, and you stumble. The rifle points at the ceiling. Elsie lunges at you with unbelievable force and makes the rifle point at you. Not again. Come on. Push again. You push and give a shot. Oof. It wasn't Holt's grandmother, Lee. Your hands are shaking. You don't fire the rifle. However, somehow you had been able to feel the different endings. You knew that in one of them, Elsie would be shot, and yet you didn't stop. Ah! She's alive! They shot me! The resilience of the possessed. You don't know why you're surprised. After all, Holt's grandmother is possessed by our own grandfather. A soldier who fought in the Civil War and was mowed down by a machine gun. Why were you even... The same machine gun whose bursts we now hear outside the gas station, tearing apart creatures not mentioned in any biology textbooks. This dude is having a freaking time with that gun, bro. Eat bullets, you sons of bitches! He is really having at it. Now! You don't think about it too much. As Holt fires the Winnen's machine gun, you run as fast as you can. You want to survive. You have to get away from there. If you want to survive. The only word you can think of to describe what you see is pandemonium. And not only in the traditional sense. a place of noise and confusion, but in the original sense of the word, a place where all demons congregate. Lee tries to make himself heard over the gunfire and the shrieks of the creatures. To your left, Vic! Oh. Vic! Uh-oh. Okay. You feel the curse. Oh, you're telling me to go left. Oof. Where are you? You feel jaws closing not far from your neck. You try to run faster. Get down. Okay. You duck down and feel the claws of the creature graze the back of your neck. You keep running. Right! A pigman tries to grab your arm, but you manage to get away. You're almost there. You get in the car and slam the door shut. You hear a knock, and you jump in your seat. Let's go, let's go! Lee speeds up, and the pandemonium is soon behind you. You think about Lee's previous car. What a clunker. And now you know how Lee managed to buy a car like this one. Holt told you. Poor Holt. The Leonids upright beasts. Intrafamilial possession. Experimental weapons in the order of the L's. Men in black and Mothmen. There they are. The topics of my next book. You touch your belly. With all that you suffered tonight, Lou's comment seems a bit inappropriate. You travel in silence for a few minutes. Are you alright, Lee? You look a little pale. Lee takes a few seconds to answer. I don't know. Lee scratches his head. I can see things before they happen, Vic. Lou leans forward. It's not that I see the future. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I can see several presents just before they happen. Come on, babe. Victoria. What you're saying, Lee, have you felt it since the episode you told us with the white light? Lee's hands are tightly clasped onto the steering wheel. It's not like I can control it. The first time I felt it was in the struggle with Elsie, and the second when we were running to the car. Lee looks at you in the eyes, and suddenly you can feel all his pain. In some of the presents, the creatures, Vic. Lee's voice breaks. The creatures. And he begins to cry. Lay a hand on his shoulder. You feel him gradually calming down with the contact. He rests his head on your hand, and you stroke his cheek. After a few minutes, you remove your hand and settle back in your seat. You look for Lou in the rearview mirror and see him jotting something in his notebook. Lou seems to always be writing in one way or another. You envy his tenacity, and you wonder if maybe that's what it takes to be a writer. Lee steps on the brakes and opens the door on his side. Wait here. What happened? Can you see anything from there? You shake your head. Here he comes. baby? What the fuck? Wait. Why is it wrapped in that? Is that the same goat that he saw in his vision? It's hurt, Vic. Is that his kid? Although neither of you say anything, you think you know what you have to do. Lee kisses you on the mouth and starts the car. In the back seat, Lou clears his throat. I don't want to be anticlimactic, but the demonization of the gods Pan, Satan, as a male goat. You do know that there are records throughout history of bloody wars against goatmen, don't you? Pfft. The end. Or is it? What a strange game. Oh, man. That, he's got me tuckered out. Oh, boy. It was kind of cool. I mean, the visualizations of the storytelling were pretty. It was freaking weird. There's a couple mini games that I still wanted to keep going on, like the solitaire thing and the gun game. I probably could have. 8 years later. Oh, it's the Men in Black. The goat baby. Oh, we can play the solitaire game now. Wait, what? Well. Dial possible deaths, survive all cryptid waves. Oh. Listen about the owls, answer properly to an unheard question. Lose with 15 less cars to go. Make a really inaccurate drawing. Huh. I guess I could go and play all those. But, yeah, that was Mothmen 1966. A short little game, you know. What was that, like a bit less than 2 hours and 30 minutes? I thought it was neat. It was very aesthetic, that's for sure. Wait. I probably could have kept playing. You know, I probably still could. I don't know if continuing would leave me off back at the little gun game, but with that being said, that's going to have to be it for tonight. I am a little sleepy. People are starting to get a little more active here at home, and I think I'll play another game tomorrow. So for every day for this October, I should be, you know, playing a little spooky game, something with some sort of little creepy setting, I guess. But, yeah, if you're interested, leave a follow. I will be playing every day this month, and hopefully you find something that interests you, and maybe you'd want to play. So for this one, for example, this is $9. A very short game. I don't know. I feel like it was still kind of worth it. It was neat. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Iroh, thank you for the raid. If you're still watching, hope you haven't died yet. Good luck with the drive still, and hopefully I'll see everyone in the next one. Goodbye.